Welcome to this week in the NFL Week 9 edition. Get ready for some non-political garbage. This is when we realize the Texans are still pretty young and they can lose to anyone at any time. Can the Jets make the playoffs? They have a pretty easy schedule ahead. And we have seen Rodgers cook up some magic before. I doubt it though. If there are any Carolina Panthers fans out there watching these videos, tell your team that I said thank you for beating us to beat a nail in the coffin for Dennis Allen's head coaching career at the Saints. He needed to go. Games these are why I didn't expect much out of Jameis Winston on the Browns. If he even had half the passing efficiency as his love for crab legs, then the Browns might actually have a decent shot at a playoff berth. The Ravens would legitimately be a dynasty if it wasn't for their horrendous coaching that their management somehow hasn't done anything about. Even as a Browns fan, I'm starting to get frustrated at the level of incompetence they're showing. You should make the playoffs again though, so everything will be treated as if it were fine. It's really weird how the Bills and Dolphins games have been always super close, even though the Bills have been kind of owning the Dolphins as of recent, and the two are sometimes in completely opposite situations. So how do the Bills break the Dolphins' heart this time? With a 61-yard field goal, of course. The Bills actually kicking a game-winning field goal? That doesn't happen often. How many L's can the Dolphins take in 1 year? Are the Falcons good? They're 6-3 and just beat Dallas. Although I guess beating Dallas isn't impressive anymore. Especially when they're as bad as they are this year. This was supposed to be an all-in year? More like a tank year. Another quarterback who did well at home was Joe Burrow. And another team that loves to throw away its talent and become mediocre instead are the Bengals. The AFC would be a lot more fun if it wasn't for bad coaching. I'm starting to realize why the Chiefs dominate there every year. Jaden Daniels is a really good quarterback. He has led this team to 7-2 and they look like legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Keep in mind that this is his rookie year. Can you keep up with the big boys in the NFC, aka only the Lions? I doubt it, but this team has overcome expectations time and time before. It's a battle for who's the most broken franchise in the NFL. Well, outside the Saints, Panthers, Giants, Browns, Raiders, Jaguars, Dolphins. Jeez, there are a lot of broken franchises in the NFL, aren't there? Well, anyway, the Titans win this bout, bringing the Patriots one step closer to the first overall draft pick. I feel like we should give these tanking sessions a name. How about Calamity for Cam? The Jacksonville Jaguars were pretty much doomed to lose, considering they were the Washington Generals going up against the Harlem Globetrotters. Did you see how many ridiculous highlights the Eagles put together during that game? The only reason it was even close is because Nick Sirianni is a pretty awful coach. At least you're there to leapfrog the Commanders if they fall. Can the Seahawks ever play a normal game? Ever? This is another game that's unnecessarily close, with this one going to overtime even. And that's not even their first overtime game of the season. I think Seattle needs to really stop with the amount of craziness they have in their games. Then again, it didn't end on a one-handed touchdown grab, so maybe keep having fun out there? I think we found the odd team out in the NFC North. The Bears finally look pretty pedestrian after losing to Jaden Daniels and his Hail Mary. Now they get beat by 20 to Kyler Murray and crew. They can make the playoffs because the NFC West is so injury-riddled. And I say this with no exaggeration. Although Christian McCaffrey just came back for the 49ers, so sorry. This is the only team that I believe can beat the Chiefs in the entirety of the NFC. The Lions look crazy good this year, and are super fun to watch as a team too. Imagine saying that 5 years ago. What a coaching change can do. What an ugly game. 5 combined turnovers, and the Colts had no business keeping it as close as they did. The Vikings escape and are now 6-2. I have serious questions for their season, however. The Vikings are on fraud watch, and they need to prove themselves a lot more to show that they can compete with the big boys. Well, they almost did it. The Buccaneers nearly pull off the upset of the century, but the Chiefs escape with a win at home, stay a perfect 8-0, and send the Swifties home happy. Disappointing Tampa didn't go for 2, even though it was totally the right move to kick the extra point. It would have been more fun. Now there's a question I have to ask the Chiefs coming into the halfway mark of the season. Can you go 20-0? This core has done pretty much everything it could, but it hasn't had a perfect season yet. And I'm very sure that's what the Chiefs are going to try and tackle come the rest of the season. Well, either way, how that goes, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell, and don't forget about John 3:16. And I'll see you next time. Galatians chapter 6, verses 9 through 10. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Therefore, whenever we have the opportunity, we should do good to everyone, especially to those in the family of faith.